try by Nogus will not go down. Here comes Virginia. Clark again dumps this off underneath, and the Cavaliers working together beautifully for an 8-0 start. McGee working together with Clark. We talk so much about what Kimora Johnson is able to provide, and that guard grouping Virginia will rely heavily upon. Beyond the arc, to her credit, in her first half of basketball. What did you notice from her to this point? Well, we'll get back to that. Quick takeaway for Johnson, and she'll take it.
Paris Clark on the takeaway. Virginia in the other direction. Clark shimmies it in.
Efficiency right now is not matching UVA's, obviously.
And Clark on the takeaway. Coast to coast. She lays it up and in.
Coach McGuire not liking what he sees, wants to take a timeout and regroup.
Those guards have been so good today. 19 points in the back court. Now the front court gets in on the action. It's Lattimore.
Motion offense here for the Cavs. Clark downhill. Oh, what a move. Swimming and skating for two, and a timeout for Coach Woods.
The Euro step, ball above the head of the defender. Perfect bucket. Perfect bucket to Jones. Second three on the night. She's not afraid to take them, okay?
And the Cavaliers are not afraid to use the transition game.
That's 8 overall, which leads the ACC.
And Clark punctuates it with an and one opportunity.
I mean, I'm looking over at Niele Ivey and her staff.
4 and change to go in the opening half. Another Virginia takeaway, and this one is laid home. Hines and company away with it.
Great poke out there for Paris Clark, and Kimora Johnson takes it the other way, and it's good.
The fans here inside JPJ. Quick turnaround on the other end of the floor for Wake. 2.5 to play. Virginia with numbers, looking to pull away further. Johnson, just enough touch to lay it off the front of the iron for the finish.
McQueen throws it out front looking for Thompson, and she let it go, and then it's just picked up by Clark. Clark will take it all the way to the hole and lay it up and in. 4:25, clock rolling here in the fourth. Clark left side against Miller, floats it up and in.
Nice basket right there.
Johnson, Noyan, and Lattimore, who has it now, spinning. Clark with the drive, and it's good.
One of those turnovers, but you were impressed with how well both teams took care of the basketball down the stretch also.
Yeah, both teams have struggled, with high teens. Nice pass there by Paris Clark. Virginia McGee against Michal.
And that is the one area that there's a bit of separation between these two teams statistically. It is 7 block shots for Virginia, 1 of them for Virginia Tech. Here's a takeaway. Slows it down.
Virginia Tech 41-31. A big difference in that game.
Yeah, they took over in that third quarter. It was tied at halftime, and then UVA just dominated. And another 2.
Brooks weaving her way. Trigger had it knocked away at the last second. Here comes Clark on the gallop. All the way to the rim for Clark, and it falls.
Wow. Here's that time of year in many ways, Lauren. All kind of sports activities, and all of it available to you on the ACC network. How about this? Just ahead of the horn, Clark, who got it all started, scoring-wise in the early stages of this
Possession. The inbounds to Johnson for the rebound. 27-16 advantage on the boards at the other end. It's Clark quickly scoring for Virginia.
Johnson, her 5th assist of the day goes to Paris Clark, and her 6th. I don't know how this ball got there, but Latasha Lattimore picks it up, puts it in, draws a foul.
Virginia started out the season winning 6 of its first 7 games. They have lost 2 in a row, and 3 of their last 4. Clark, she got bumped, went to the floor, and a chance at a 3-point play.
That has been her game today. Putting the ball on the floor, going up strong.
Well defended by Harris, kind of just standing her ground against Clark.
Yeah, I'd take that too, though. It's worked every other time. And then Paris Clark just picks the pocket of Jalea Williams and finishes through contact. Misses the shot a moment ago. She's mad. She wants it back. Just take it, right? Put it in. Not a lot of contact on that one, but even still, goes to the offhand. Oh, that was pretty.
This game has got some pace to it.
Absolutely.
Clark gets inside. Clark on the move. In the lane, dumps it off. Lattimore, 2 more.
You know, that's what Syracuse has to do. You got to get those inside buckets, and when you get those looks, you have to complete them and finish.
Assist coming from Sophie Burrows. What a clinic we are seeing right now. Odessa Noyon knocking down the long-distance tray.
Understanding the scheme that they are up against and using what they do well in their favor.
Clark, the reverse layup, very pretty.
A lot of great teams in this conference, and anything can change on any given night.
And it starts with the rivalry game coming up on Sunday against Tech. Paris Clark with a scream as she gets the and one.
The fight that we've seen in Clark since the third quarter. She's been going.
At Cameron Indoor, Duke coming off a loss to Clemson Tigers, their first in ACC play this season. Beating the buzzer is Paris Clark. Does that give a little life to Virginia heading into the second quarter?
It certainly does, Jen. Great take and good awareness of the clock by Paris Clark, getting all the way to the rim.
Current last second shot is under review.
They're going to review to make sure that she got that up, as she did.
Johnson with the ball in her hands. Clark driving, making the shot, and Virginia getting a little momentum here, but still a ways to go with a quarter to go. A really good shoot around, good energy. Clark, good response. Gets the steal. And then the and one opportunity.
Before falling to Tennessee in OT.
Yeah, I watched some of that, some of those highlights today, and she was deadly from the mid-range, but all of a sudden she'll pull up and shoot a 3 also. She was pretty good, I hear.
Yeah. They're offering a lot of space for Hurd. Back rim 3 times. Clark put back. Yes! Hoop in the heart.
You mentioned her struggles from long range, but she is still a playmaker.
Gets the dive and the bucket.
She can use her strength. And then again, anticipation. She's so good at the defensive end and reading passing lanes, picking the ball off of post players off their dribble.
Clark at the rim!
Wrong areas, you're going to give up threes. But Camora's just got a great knack for going in.
Shooting 8 for 15, and Stanford 3 for 15 from distance.
I mean, to put this in perspective, Paris Clark is a really good player, but she's shooting 17% from 3.
Shot up Peterson. Johnson underneath. McGee back out front. 3-pointer goes down for Paris Clark. Great offense. Johnson spins on Woods. Underhand scoop. What a score she is. All of the buckets here in the fourth quarter for Camora Johnson.
Paris Clark right in front of the North Carolina bench for 3.
That's why we're not referees.
Angelica Suffren, Jules Gallion, Kevin Sparrock. There are officials, and that's Clark.
An opportunity for a second chance point. Good inside, outside action, and Virginia is hot.
Get into the lane, make it happen, as Pittsburgh has also moved to a 2-3 zone. And a lot of that goes through Camora Johnson to find a way to get in the paint. And this ball movement for Virginia against the zone. Elmore gets caught on Brianna Hurd inside, gives Paris Clark an open look.
Boxing Phi out there too. She's excellent on the glass. Averages in double figures in rebounding. Virginia did the work and got the reward on the other end.
When you look at Camora Johnson attacking the rim, drawing all of that attention.
Johnson's who you'd like to have the ball in her hands. She gets it out to Clark. Had to take a quick shot. I'll tell you, when it is open, it's open. That's a bank for both teams from 3 today.
We love Ally, and they're sponsoring this great tournament. Have they talked to these players? Do they want more banks in this tournament? Because we've had 2 banked in threes today.
Here comes Clark driving on Cremili and getting the basket. Not many opportunities for Virginia in transition. Cremili got it blocked by Clark. Great defense by Paris Clark to stay in the play. She's behind after the handoff happens, but stays in the play. Good containment.